On your left is a flare made by a machine in stainless brake line, and on your right is a flare I just made with the SUR&R PFT409 Flaring Tool. Can you tell the difference? Hey folks, how you doing? Today I want to show you guys the SUR&R Brake Flaring Tool, which I think is the best brake flaring tool on the market. Now, don't get me wrong, there's plenty of flaring tools out there, and honestly, the only one I've ever used is this one and the old school clamp flaring tools that you manually do. But I really like the simplicity, the compact size, and the ease of use of this SUR&R tool. It really does make flaring brake lines pretty much idiot-proof. The flaring tool comes in this nice case here, and inside are all the parts you need. And basically all it is the flaring tool. It's a hydraulic flaring tool. It's got a holder for the dies. It's got this little handle to put on there. It's got this little handle here which you can use to tighten down the dies. It's got a few different dies, but the only ones you really need to worry about are the 3/16 die here and the 1/4 die here. The dies have the ISO flare, the bubble flare on one side, and then the inverted flare, double flare on the other. So all you need to do is flip these around depending on the flare you want to make. Now you've also got this piece here, which I'll show you in a minute, which is what you're going to use to make sure your tubing is in there right. And then you've got your first step for the inverted flare, your only step for the double flare. This piece here is the final step for the double flare. So let's show you how it works. For what it's worth, you know, I just got this tool. I am not a seasoned mechanic, but I just think this tool is well worth sharing because it is so neat. And once I get it down pat, it makes flaring brake lines so much easier. This is the SUR&R Easy Bend brake line. It's a nickel copper brake line, and I do really like this stuff. So the first thing I want you guys to notice is the die has pins in it, so you can't take them apart. I mean, you can take them apart, but you can't get them wrong. If you flip it around and mix the DIN and the double flare side, it's not going to work. So you've got your bubble flare there, and you've got your double flare there. Hopefully you're seeing that. So we want to do a double flare because that seems to be what everybody does in these videos. I don't know, maybe that's the harder one. And see, I already was trying to do something wrong. So we're just going to take a deep breath. And then what we're going to do, and look at this, on this handle here, there's actually a couple magnets in there. So when you put that in, it holds everything sort of in place. And then we're going to go ahead and just lightly tighten this down and bring our brake line so it's just sticking out a little bit. Seeing that? So then what we can do is put operation 0 in, which I guess once you do this enough you don't need to do. But you just slide the die into the tool, slide the tool into the holder there, and then we're just going to square everything up. Don't kill it. Once it hits, stop. You press this little lever back here and the tool's going to move back. Slide the tool out. Put a little more force on that so everything stays in place. All right? And that's the cool thing, is if I was working on the car, I could just, you know, leave this hanging on the car, or I guess have somebody hold it for me if I wanted. But we're just going to switch our dies and go to step 1. And you just slide them in like that. Slide the tool in there. And then, because it's a warm day and I'm using easy bend tubing, I am going to stop pushing the second the tool wants to stop. That's it. All right? Because I don't want to go too far like I have the previous few times. All right, so we just took our, I don't think I showed you that. So we just took our die out. So you would just slide that die out, and then you can go to step 2. We're going to slide that in the tool. We're going to make sure everything's lined up, and then just drive her home. But because it's a warm day and we're using easy bend tubing, the second it stops, I'm not going to go any farther. I'm getting resistance, I'm stopping. All right, and now we're going to just hit this little lever and let everything back up. No need to unscrew anything. Pop it out. And there we go. There is our double flare. Seeing that? And then we just let that fall out. And I got one that's good. So because I've been practicing on colder days, today it's probably around 55, 60. It was like in the 20s or 30s when I was practicing, everything was cold. The line is, it's taking much less force, but hopefully you're seeing, you know, what looks like a factory flare done by a guy who is not a full-time mechanic. All right, see that? Focus right there. All right. All right, guys. Well, hopefully that little display of the SUR&R Flaring Tool gave you some ideas. I really think compared to, you know, using the old school clamp flaring tools, it's a heck of a lot easier. And I know there's a lot of other different flaring tools out there, and I guess to each his own. But when I was doing my research, I really liked the way this one was designed and worked. And now that I've got it, I'm still just as impressed. A couple notes I want to make about the tool. The first one, which I just learned today, is if you're flaring brake line on hot days, it doesn't need as much pressure with a hydraulic tool as if you're flaring it in the middle of the winter when it's in the 20s or 30 degrees out. A couple of my flares, I didn't go crazy putting force on it, but I was actually flaring them too much, excuse me, because it's so warm, the brake line was softer. And then another thing about this tool is because I did get it in the middle of the winter, I was using it after storing it in my garage overnight when it went down to like 15 degrees, maybe even 10 degrees. And if you leave this in cold weather, the hydraulic fluid just like hardens up, and I couldn't get the thing to go. So if you're going to use it in cold weather, bring the tool inside and keep it warm, because the hydraulic fluid is just not going to flow for you. So that's pretty much going to do it for this video, folks. If you can do me a favor, if you liked what I showed you, go ahead and give me the thumbs up button. Go ahead and subscribe. I will make video reviews of tools every once in a while. I'll do some videos about fixing my Dodge truck, landscaping equipment, and basically videos about anything that interests me in the moment. And thanks a lot for watching today, folks. I look forward to seeing you soon. Take care.